believe we are live. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Create a room. Okay, no, I don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we are live on Instagram. Yes, we are. I've got multiple devices, so I'm just gonna have one set very low. I'm just going to check the YouTube stream and make sure that is functioning properly. Because I started it from within my broadcasting software this time, and I'm not sure if I did it right. Let's see. Thanks for joining Soul to Soul Ascension. Okay, Backyard Naturalist Tarot. Hi, so cool to see you work. Loved your interview on Angie's channel. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for my delay. I'm still trying to figure out how all this works together, but hopefully I have everything set up properly now. So, gonna do the same thing as what I did yesterday. I'm gonna turn on some lo-fi music, and then I'm just gonna keep rendering the Mentor of Blades, and my hope is that I will finish her skin and everything today. I'm gonna give myself about 90 minutes to do this stream, so keep your fingers crossed for me. All right. So if the music that I play is too loud at any point, just let me know. Or if you want me to turn it up, you can also let me know that. And I am just going to jump in now. So I think yesterday when I stopped, we were kind of cleaning up the lines because I darkened them. And now there's some areas where they just look really messy on her skin. So, oh yeah, and I added her eye and lip color just to liven her up a little bit. And change this. Thanks for joining, Miss Asia Hubert. Just hanging out and doing some drawing, working on my tarot deck. And for anybody joining late or watching the replay, I'm live on both YouTube and Instagram right now. Both my YouTube and Instagram are What Shanique Was Into. So if you have a preference between those two platforms, you can see me live on either one when I do these drawing streams. Sounds like good volume from here. Excellent. Okay. That's what I like to hear. It's so interesting with the recolor of the lines that I did yesterday. The inside of the line is lighter than the outside in some areas. It's just really interesting. I'm gonna bring my reference window back up. Okay. I must have her twisted. There we go. I don't want it quite that small. There we go. I really love how these blades are turning out. I'm going to give these notches that form the air symbol a drop shadow. Welcome, welcome, Miss Tabitha Thompson and MSTCMVN. Joined on Instagram. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let's see. Love the purple clouds. Is Mentor of Blades equivalent to Queen of Swords? Yes, ma'am, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, I like that. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else before I start working on the actual queen, the actual Mentor. I'm not sure, but no, you know what? I need a Libra symbol. So, natural queen. Wow, this is awesome. You're very talented. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. So maybe you guys can help me decide what direction to go in since you're live with me here. I need to add a Libra symbol to this queen. So if I frame it out as to what the card will actually look like once it's cut, let me see, let me put this on top. That's essentially what it would look like. That gold is going to be the physical edge of the card, and that black portion between the gold edge and the actual art is actually going to be transparent, semi-transparent plastic. So this is what would actually show up when the card is printed. And I kind of think I can tuck a Libra symbol here, like next to her feet. Or I was thinking of just drawing it like really big, where, you know, you have that bottom bar for Libra and then like the indication of that like kind of upside down U shape to make it just like the entire like bottom portion of the cushion that she's sitting on would have that Libra emblem. Then I also thought, you know, what if she has a cute like little Libra tattoo like on her calf or something like that. She could also have like a charm bracelet with the Libra symbol on it. So, elemental cardomancy Haitian equal. Hi there. I hope you're having a good day. I'm trying to decide where exactly I'm going to place the Libra symbol for this queen. So I'm kind of torn a little bit. I kind of like the idea of giving her like a charm bracelet. So I'm just gonna, on top of everything, throw up a like sketch layer for me. Let me see. I'm gonna change my brush to my 6B pencil. And I want something darker than that to sketch with. So let's go with that color. And let's just kind of see. What if she had like a bangle, maybe? Like something like that. With that kind of slate steel stern blue gray that can kind of be associated with air. And then like on top of that, perhaps in a gold color, we could do like the Libra symbol. And actually, I'm gonna change my brush. Ooh, I need to update that. I'm gonna actually just move this brush. I want my studio pen. Yeah, all right. And then we can have Libra. Doing something like that. I like it because it's like it's a little detail, but it's there. I'm checking the YouTube chat. Give me 1 second. Hi, I like the leg tattoo idea or beside her feet. On her calf sounds nice. All right, now I'm sold by the bangle. I don't know. Well, this is a sketch layer, so it's just for exploration. I like the bangle, but what I don't like about it is I feel like once the card is printed and it's physical, that Libra symbol is just gonna get lost. It's gonna be so tiny. So what if, because I do kind of like it as a bangle, or I could just give her a bangle and just kind of add that to the design. And then I do want that Libra symbol to stand out. So, oh, it doesn't have my previous color saved. That's all right. Let's go to my main menu and grab my eyedropper. So if I did a Libra symbol, oh, I forgot I changed my brush. I'm gonna change my brush back to my 6B. So if I did a Libra symbol, like thereabouts. Yeah, see, in the little reference window, I feel like I can see that much better than what I did when it was a little gold symbol up there. But now I actually feel like that kind of throws the balance of the composition off because it's making it very bottom heavy because there's so much detail down here. Are you making your own tarot cards? Yes, Natural Queen. I'm working on a deck called That Afro Drip Tarot. It should be up for backing on Kickstarter within the next few days. I'm waiting for the Kickstarter team to review my campaign, so keep your fingers crossed for me. But I have 9 cards left. I'm almost finished with this one. As a matter of fact, I can show you quickly. I already have a rough sketch. I already have a rough sketch going for the Queen of Pentacles, which will be called the Mentor of Coins. And I recently finished the Queen of Cups, which is Mentor of Vessels. Queen of Wands, Mentor of Scepters. So, yeah, I'm almost done with the deck. And I'm pretty proud of, what I've done so far. But, yeah, I think with this symbol down here, I'm not quite liking it. So maybe up on the calf, kind of like what we were talking about before, this would be very red kind of color. I'm thinking like a dark red. And now I want to account for like the curvature of, this calf when I draw this symbol. So what if it went something like that? I kind of like that. Ooh. I do think it's at an off angle slightly. So let's clean it up just a little bit. And just kind of finagle it with the selection tool. Make sure you turn off your color fill, because if I had left that on and tapped, it would have done everything with color. So make sure that's off. I'm going to clear my selection and just get this symbol And I just want to rotate it a little bit. Let's see. I think like there-ish looks good. I think I'm actually going to move it just a little bit lower because I feel like there's a visual tangent between the bottom of her thigh and where this Libra tattoo starts. So maybe I'll make it a teensy bit smaller. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I kind of like it there, but now I'm thinking maybe on her foot. But I don't know, I like it there. Or it could be on her thigh. What do we think about that? I kind of like that. That's kind of like naughty looking almost. Because of like where it would be in real life. Let me see. Let's move it a little bit. Let's clear the selection. So it's like more so on the side of her thigh. What do we think? I like the leg tattoo. Asia Hubert, I would like to see what the first look you talked about looks like. I was thinking the foot too. Okay. Let's see. What if I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to select that and then I'm going to copy and paste it. And on this one, I'm going to just move it down to the foot. Let's see. Maybe I might like that. I actually might like that because it puts it like right dead center, and you know, since Libra's associated with balance, it's kind of funny that it would land there. I did not like it down here as a bigger symbol next to her feet, but I might like it as just a foot tattoo. So I'm gonna see what that would look like. I don't know. What are we thinking? I like the thigh. I like the symbolism of having the Libra symbol right on that center line that we can see from my perspective guide. Decisions. Miss Asia Hubert says she likes it on the foot. Oh, me no no. See, on the thigh, I like that it sort of creates a sense of rhythm because it kind of, there's a curve here that kind of leads the eye to that symbol because it's more detailed. And then there's the knees, so it just kind of like leads you to the clouds. And like from up above, like there's rhythm from her arm connecting with her like fist under here. I just feel like it kind of leads your eye. But down there on the foot, I feel like it's a bit more subtle. And I think I could see a Libra getting that too, more than the thigh one, but I don't know. Let's see. The foot looks really nice. See, the comments are split. Some people like the thigh, some people like the foot. I think I'm leaning toward the foot. I did not start my timer, and I will draw forever and a day if I don't have something to stop me. So let's see, we're at 1:35 now. Yeah. Sorry, so I'll hang out for another hour. Let me take a sip of coffee. I think I'm gonna go with the foot for now. I'm gonna play around with that image. I'm gonna distort it just a bit. And there's something on the layer that's making it bigger than it should be. So I'm gonna see if I can erase that out. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think I might go with the foot. I kind of want to see what it looks like a little bit higher up, so it's not quite so close to the bottom of her foot. Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that might be it. Okay. So now about the bangle. Do I keep the bangle? Do I make the bangle a color closer to her shoes? So I'll switch to my main menu, grab my eyedropper. And since I'm gonna go with the foot, I'm gonna merge that layer mask down so I can just get rid of the other tattoo option. This layer is bigger than it should be too. Okay, so to fix that, that's an easy fix. Boom, now it's the right size. Okay, oh, I forgot what I was about to do. I was about to do something with this layer. Oh, I want to test another color option. So I'm just going to duplicate that and bring up my recolor tool, put it actually on the bangle itself. And I don't want it to be the exact color of the, I like the bangle. Thank you. I don't want it to be the exact color of the bangle, of the shoes. I kind of want it to be a bit lighter. I like that. Let's see, what do you guys think? Darker bangle or lighter bangle? Let's see. Cause now I'm looking at her whole ensemble, right, and I kind of want to give her, I don't know, like an earring or something up here. And I want to bring her shoes, bangle, and crown closer into the same color range. Because to my eye, they're very different. This is like a straight up like gray. This has a blue or purple tint to it, and that looks more blue-green to me. So I need a bit more cohesion. Let's see. Okay. I really am quite happy with how these blades have turned out. But you know what? Her throne, it still looks too smooth to me. I kind of want it to look like a like suede almost. So I think I'm gonna play with that real quick before I start playing with these colors for her separate elements. I wish Procreate had like mask layer, like overlay layers, like effect layers that you could apply, but it's okay. I'm going to experiment. So what I'm gonna do, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna group all these layers that make up the throne. and then I'm going to duplicate that group. So I've got 2 thrones, turn off my original, and for the purposes of what I'm trying to do, I'm going to turn off these frames around the wings. And I'm going to drag this layer just out of the group so I still have it. But then I'm going to flatten this group so we've just got a throne, right? Okay. Now that I have this throne and I can put my wings back on it, I'm going to play with some effects. Because I think if I add some noise to it, that might help, like with what I'm trying to like what I'm going for, you know. But I normally use noise to give that shimmery metallic effect, and that's not what I want her throne to look like necessarily. Oh, I have an idea. Let's see. No, I don't want that. If I make the noise big enough, I can pixel lock the layer, and then that might be headed more in the direction I'm trying to go. Okay. No, don't need that. Because I feel like that's giving me more of a fabric-y kind of feel. No, I don't want multi. I want it on single. And yes, additive. Okay, so I think I like that. Now I'm going to pixel lock that. And then I'm going to give it a teensy bit of a blur just so it's not, the noise isn't as sharp as it is right now. Which sounds really funny to have sharp noise. But yeah, let's blur it just a little bit. So by pixel locking it, it's got that blur without going outside of the original edges, which is kind of what I wanted. Let's see. That's definitely more fabric looking to me, but I think it needs, see, and I don't want to blur it so much that all the texture's gone. 4% is a big difference from the 3%. I do feel like that has more of a fabric look though, so I'm going to apply that, and then I'm going to turn on ooh, I need to make the border a clipping mask, I believe. Yep, there we go. That might look, I think that looks better. I'm going to turn on my original butterfly and then turn that one off. Oh, yeah, no, I think that's giving the more fabric sort of look that I wanted. It lowered the brightness, but I feel like it looks richer. Like I believe I believe that one more than I do this one. Yep, so I'm gonna stick with that. Hola, J Boogie. Okay, I like that. So I still have all the layers that made up my original butterfly, but I feel like with those changes, it just looks more like what I wanted it to. So that makes me quite happy. I'm gonna turn that off, but these two are working well. Okay, so I'm all right with that. This needs more shadows. What is that? Oh, this layer is empty. I think I made that to be my shadow layer. So I'm just gonna stick with this color that I have because it's a little bit bluer than these clouds, but it's in the same kind of color range. So I'm just gonna stick with that and change my brush. Let's see. I'm gonna use my round render. Okay, I like that. I think she's looking pretty decent right now. I do need to increase the darkness of these shadows right here though, because that's barely perceptible there. So oh, you know what? I think that shadow layer, yep, it was right here. So I'm just gonna duplicate that and then bring that up here. Ooh, that got dark. Okay. I think I like the shadows being darker like that. Ooh, what did I just do? I did something. Oh, okay. Can you name your layers in Procreate? Absolutely. You can name your layers and your groups. So all you do is select whatever it is you want to name so that it's highlighted in blue. Double tap it and then you'll get a option to rename. So I could just call this butterfly layers. And boom. And if you are more comfortable with the keyboard, instead of tapping with the pencil, then you just tap with your finger and it would bring up the virtual keyboard for you to put in whatever you want to name it. Hanging out for 10 minutes before my piano lesson starts. Oh, awesome. I used to want to take piano lessons, but I don't have the dexterity. All right. I want to do something with these air and water symbols that makes them appear to glow more, but I think I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. Let's get some color harmony between these three elements. So this is like a color palette layer that I had created. I'm just going to clear this out. If you have a layer turned off with whether it has contents in it or not, if you hit clear, it automatically turns back on because the program's just going to assume, oh, she emptied that layer but didn't delete it. So, you know, she's going to draw now. So I'm going to use this to just bring up my main quick menu and color pick all of these different items and then just kind of scribble them onto the page. If it'll let me color pick. There we go. And the crown. Bring this higher up so I can see it, because there we go. All right, so yeah, these are distinctly very, very different. Now, I think these two are closer, and this crown color is the least air-y to me. It's so funny how like the color changes in context, because I know these are the same color, but against her skin and the dark contrast of the hair over here, this exact same hue looks bluer to me. It looks much less saturated against this dark border. But anyway, yeah, if she can wield that stylus like she does, she's got the... That's funny. It's a skill that builds, I bet. Oh, that's very kind. You know what? That's actually true. I feel like any skill, you know, consistently practiced can be learned. Same with art, because I couldn't do any of this before I started working on my deck. But okay, so what I want to do is kind of study these colors really quickly. And to do that, I'm going to open up my color menu and touch this little bar, I guess you could call it, to drag it out. Now my color menu is going to kind of shrink, but it's going to stay up just like my reference menu. And I'm going to tap this little icon that looks kind of like a horizontal bar graph. And that's going to bring up the values for each color. And I just kind of want to understand the mix that I have here. The color that I have for her crown has quite a lot of blue and green in it, less red. It's very bright, not very saturated, and it's sitting sort of in between green and cyan, which I would rather have it closer to cyan. So what if I add more blue, and then I bring up my recolor tool and then touch that specific color. I feel like those are closer now, but not quite close enough. I really like the color of the bangle. Let's see what this crown looks like. I feel like that darker color of her shoes is going to be too dark next to her hair. There won't be enough contrast. So let's try this middle color. Procreate doesn't want to work with me today. There we go. I'm going to try that middle color. Open this up and find her crown layer. I'm going to duplicate it, alpha lock it, and then fill it to just quickly get another color option. Huh. That looks very purple. Well, I mean, it is kind of like a periwinkle color, so that makes sense. But I think I might like that. My only concern there, I think if I did that, I want her bangle to be a bit chunkier. Where did I put that sketch layer? Let's come over here. What brush am I on? That's fine. Make it smaller. Oh, that's not quite it, is it? That's different. Okay, so let's eyedrop that. Let's say the bangle's just really wide. Hey, Ro. And, oh, keep forgetting I've got a duplicate underneath. Okay, something about that looks more balanced to me. Anybody else joining? I'm live on Instagram and YouTube, so if you have a preferred platform, you can pick between those two. On YouTube, I've got two cameras going, so you can actually see my face and what I'm drawing at the same time. And I can actually see the YouTube comments without moving from where I am. So it's a little bit easier for me to respond to those. But hi, Trudy. Good to see you. So yeah, I think I like that. I'm gonna come back up to my color palette layer or wherever it is if I can find it. Where did I put it? OMG. This is the problem of like not naming your layers and having all your stuff organized. Here it is. Okay. I just want to see the difference between these colors. It's quite bright. Okay. Okay, so it's basically a difference in saturation, essentially. Well, there is more red and more green in the desaturated color, but they're essentially just one is saturated, one isn't. So I'm gonna test her crown with the desaturated version. I think I might like that. I don't know. They're so close. But I think the gray fits. Well, I should say the less saturated version of the hue. I think that might fit better. And even though her shoes are darker, I think they work as is because they're toward the bottom of the composition. So it actually kind of lends more weight and grounds her. Okay, so I think I have the colors that I want for her crown and her bangle and her shoes. So I'm going to collapse these layers so I just have the one that I need. And I'm not going to get rid of my little color palette layer just yet. So I'm just going to bring it up higher where it's easier for me to access it. And I can get rid of that. I need to do some line art for the bangle. And you know what? On this little bangle sketch layer, I had an idea to kind of put like a ruler, like going across her lap. You know, you have the Libra tattoo on her, Shaniqua. Do you link all the mentors to the cardinal signs? Yes, I do. Pages are just like general earth, air, water, fire. But then knights are the mutable signs. So Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo. And then the queens are the cardinal signs. So Cancer, Libra, what is that, Capricorn, and Aries. And then the masters or kings are the fixed signs. So Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. That's how I learned the associations. So how much time do we have? All right, we got like 30 minutes. I'm gonna take a coffee sip. Hello, DJ Rolex. Hello, Jada K Story. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. I thought so. Yeah, her crown has no line art. All right, so I need to do line art for the crown, for the bangle. I don't think I'm going to do line art for the tattoo just yet. Let me see. I'm on my main menu. I'm going to use my stabilized clean sketch brush from, what is his name? Jing Sketch. I adore that brush set that he created for Procreate. So if you are looking for a good brush set, I cannot recommend that enough. Or the Max Packs brushes by Max Ulichny. So good. So good. I'm gonna run now. Thanks. This was amazing. Very inspiring. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope we get to hang out again. I'm gonna try to go live like tomorrow and Saturday. So I've got at least a couple more days where I can spend a couple hours or so live with you guys. So hopefully we get to hang out again soon. All right. I want to put the crown like behind her head. But I feel like the way my layers are set up, it's the way my bank account is set up. No, I feel like the way my layers are set up, it's I feel like if I put it behind her, then it's not going to be on top. Yeah, it's not going to be on top of the clouds, because the clouds are then going to be on top of the crown as well. Wait. Oh no, you know what? Those are as a separate layer. Okay, so let me just move this and see what happens if I put it behind her. Okay, so that's fine. I'm gonna come up to her line art layer, and I'm gonna cancel that so I can bring up my full context menu. And what color did I use? I'm gonna turn this off of multiply so I can get the actual color. Bring up my eyedropper. Get one of the mid values. And bring up my brushes again. Oh no, you know what? I'm already on the brush I need. I'm gonna turn this back to multiply. And now I'm gonna draw her crown in, which will be very easy because all I have to do is make a line that actually was pretty straight. Good job, me. I'm gonna extend that out just a bit, and boom. Her crown is just barely gonna be inside the safe zone. But that's okay. I think the message of the card will still come across if the very, very tip of her crown doesn't stay put. I did a good job with that one too. Oh, look at me doing straight lines. I haven't practiced straight lines in I don't know how long. Well, that one was not good, but thank you, Procreate. All right, that looks sharper to me, so that's good. Now let's go. I need. Oh, did my hair just like get caught? I think it did because I just felt my head like underneath something. Sorry, guys. I need to bring that bangle layer lower because it's not underneath of my my lines. There we go. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Ooh, no. Okay. So I like that. Oh, why is that a clip? I did not mean to make that a clipping mask though. Okay. Now for her ruler. uh, okay, let's start with that. And then I want to lighten it up significantly. Let's bring that back. Okay, it's like a light neutral gray. And I'm just gonna kind of play with the idea of like a ruler shape. Something like that. I can see where I'm going with it, but that needs to be longer, in my opinion. Okay. I kind of like what's happening. I kind of like that. And then I don't want to erase her little hip lines though. So I'm going to put a layer mask there and erase them out that way. So I still have them if I need them. They're not gone. They're just not showing right now. Okay. I think I like that. Now for the lines for that ruler. Oh, what is on this layer? I done put something somewhere, so let's clear it and fix it. Rectangle select, invert, clear. Okay. I'm gonna add a clipping mask to this layer. And I think I'm gonna start with just a random dark yellow gold color. I'm gonna change my brush to my studio pen. And then I'm just gonna kind of like indicate like ruler lines, you know? I'm not trying to be perfect or precise here, but you know, I want people to kind of get the gist that it's a ruler. That does not look like a ruler to me. Let me just clear this layer. Let's see. Okay, I feel like I'm getting more of a ruler vibe from that. We need some like shorter like interim lines halfway. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, you know what? I think that reads as ruler to me. So I'm not gonna mess with it beyond that. I'm gonna come back up to my layer mask and just erase out that little teeny tiny bit. Come back. Oh, I don't even have my line art color in my color history, but that's okay. That's a decent enough gray. I'm gonna switch back to my stabilized clean sketch brush and come onto the layer itself off of the layer mask, and then just draw in some lines for my ruler. It's because of the mask up here. An easy way to undo any mask erasures that you've put in is to paint on the layer mask with white. So I'm just gonna bring that back there. Okay, come back here. All right, so there's a couple areas where I need to bring back the visibility of the layer. So I'll come back here and just paint with white again. I quite like that. I'm very happy with that little detail. Hey, you've made so much progress since yesterday. So cool. Thank you. And I still got just about 20 minutes left, so we might make even more. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I'm a little bit excited because I had that ruler in like my rough sketch idea, but once I got to decent line art, I hadn't included it. Let's see if I can show you here. Yeah, so this is like one of the very, very first sketches I did for this piece. Let's see if I can turn off this background layer. Or you know what? I'm just gonna, that's not gonna do it. Okay. Here is like where I had indicated I was gonna put a ruler on her lap. But once I started actually like cleaning it up and working on it, it didn't come into the line art. And I was like, maybe I'll figure out a way to put that in, but I'm glad I did. I quite, ooh, she looks so different with a white background. It's very powerful, but I don't want to take away from that yellow because that's a what have I done? I done did something. Oh snap, I had the actual like background set for my background color. Okay, that's all right. Let's just undo. There we go. I'm gonna color pick that so that I don't lose that again. Okay, and down here I'm going to add a new layer, but I'm gonna put it here and then I'm just gonna fill that. Boom. So now I can turn my background off and on without affecting anything else. Okay, so I'll come back up to my little sketch layer. Boom. Okay, so now I've got her ruler. I kind of want to see if I can do like a very subtle gradient on the ruler. I doubt it just because it's going to be such a tiny element, but can't hurt to try. So I'm going to bring that way up, and I'm going to even move it into a lighter hue. It's not going to make that much of a difference, but let me see. I'm going to change my brush as well and use my round render brush and just see if I can kind of oh, we might be cooking with fire now, y'all. Cause that looks decent to me. It's not a huge transition, but I'm gonna grab the local color that we have here, and then I'm going to darken that and just do the same thing give it, you know, some more depth. I approve. And actually, I think I'm gonna do the same thing with the ruler lines, but in reverse. So I'm gonna alpha lock that layer so that I can't color on top of it. Goddess Rising, this is lit. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So I started like light to dark with the metal of the ruler itself, but now I want to pick up the color of the ruler lines and then just get something much, much brighter and see how that will look to give it, you know, the contrast. It's subtle, but I see it and I think I like it. Okay. I am quite liking the ruler. Hey there, Aiden. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. And I think I can go ahead and start rendering her. I do still have to clean up her tattoo, but I think I can leave that for a little bit later. All right. So I've got some line art around all the necessary things. I'm gonna jump to this layer and turn it off because it's just, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I'm glad I turned that off because I was gonna forget. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of everything I have so far and then paste it in, because I like to be able to go back and just kind of like look at earlier versions. If I can pull it up properly, here we go. So like that was a very, very early rough version of the painting. And then like I'll just take screenshots as I go to just kind of document like how I changed certain things. At one point I wanted to have feathers kind of strewn around the ground underneath of the clouds floating, but it just felt quite messy and like uncontrolled. And I think, you know, from that version to this one, even though like it's much brighter, I think this one feels stronger to me, if that makes sense. Like it's a more powerful representation of Queen of Swords to me. So okay, I kind of want to start playing with very, very rough contour shadows on her skin. All right, I'm going to just group all of these layers so I can collapse them. Turn that off. And now I'm going to jump to her skin and add another layer as a clipping mask. I'm going to color pick her skin. And then for shadows on skin, I just like to kind of take that. I kind of want a geometric butterfly throne now. You're not alone. I really kind of want to find this somewhere. So when I'm shading skin, I like to take the local color that I picked for just the skin hue and then darken it a little bit and put just a bit more red into it to account for like the blood that's beneath the skin. So I'm just going to kind of make this like a color palette layer and just pop that on there. And then I'm going to go back to the original skin color and give her a highlight color. Her shadow color, not that far away when you look at like where I moved it, but on brown skin in particular, what's called specular reflection is much more exaggerated. So like if you look here on my forehead, right, if you could see me on YouTube, it it looks almost white right next to the brown of my actual skin tone. And then if you look at the shadows, they're very, very dark. So you want to kind of have a good amount of contrast between the values that you're using to render skin whenever you're painting people. So I'm going to just start with that. And it doesn't have to be perfect right off the bat because you can always change these values later. And for specular reflection, I kind of like to use a noise brush anyway because it's going to spread that hue out in a way that actually looks like light bouncing on skin. But nothing's set in stone, so we can always change it and play with the values later if we need to. I think this smudge here is on the line art layer, so I'm just going to see if I can clean that up really quickly. No, doesn't appear to be. Ah, that's what it was. The color wasn't fully filled, but that's okay. Got that cleaned up. Gonna turn that off and clear this. And I said I was gonna start with her shadows, so let me turn that back on. Ooh. And I'm going to set this to multiply. And I like to use selection masks. Hey Bree. Hello Juicy Fruit, Shannon Newbold. Nice to see everybody. I like to use selection masks when I'm doing like overlapping shadows just because it makes my life easier. It's already a clipping mask, so it's not going to go outside of the boundaries of her skin shape. But if there's a boundary that I don't want to cross within that shape, a selection mask is really going to help. So I want to put shadows basically on this leg behind the one in the front. So I'm going to make a selection mask to help me make sure I don't color where I don't want to. I kind of missed some here, so I'm gonna add that to my selection. If you leave these little tiny gaps, it'll kind of show up when you color as like a weird like highlight that you didn't intend, so try to be mindful of that. I'm going to add in this back foot. Okay, and where else do I want to give her some shadows? I'm just gonna work on this leg for now just to make my life a bit easier. So I'm just gonna tap my paintbrush and see what brush I'm using. Round render is fine. Let's see, let's do. And already her legs don't look quite so fake to me. Let's do another pass of shadow here. And I'm gonna do some like just kind of under her shoes. That looks so much better to me. Bree says, you are a Procreate wizard. I'm still on basic. I'm still on basic bitch level. That's funny. We we all start somewhere, and honestly, I can only give credit to all of the different courses I've purchased on Procreate over the years, because I did not know how to do any of this stuff before I started. I'll tell you that now. Let's give her some shadow here. And I'm actually just going to kind of give some shadow like all around. And let's smudge that out. Ugh, that looks so much better already. Okay. Not what I meant to do. There we go. If you press and hold on the select icon, it'll bring back up your most recent mask that you had set. And there's a feature that I like never use, but I think there's a way that you can, oh yep, if you hit save and load, right? Oh, I did use it this one time. I always forget about it. You can actually save selection masks that you make in Procreate by just hitting the plus, and it'll take your current selection. And even if I were to clear, right? Like let's say I come out of select and then I do something else and I'm like, oh snap, I really want to bring up that previous selection that I made without retracing everything. I can clear that, save and load, and just load up that selection that I had. So that's a cool feature to have, I think. I did not mean to do that. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to... I did it again. Lord, jeez. There we go. I'm just going to add in the bottom of her arm, because that's really what I meant to do. And as a matter of fact, I need to make this go up a little higher. Okay. I always kind of darken the shading around like elbows, nose, knees, like the joints where you would have like more blood flow and like thinner skin. You want it to be a bit redder. I'm gonna push that up just a bit more. There we go. All right, gonna add to this selection and give her a shadow there. I'm just gonna clear this selection since this is a clipping mask. I don't have to worry so much about going like outside of her skin. And I'm just gonna put some form shadows. I quite like that. There we go. It looks so much better with just the slightest bit of like shading and highlighting. Okay. How do I want to approach her arm? Well, first, let's select it. Oh no! I should have been keeping a closer eye on the time. Okay, guys, I have to run. Unfortunately, it is time for me to go pick up my baby girl from school. So I'm gonna do just the barest bit of shading on this selection that I have. Make sure to get those knuckles. Contact shadow here. And just kind of darken that. Boom, boom. Erase that out a bit. Smudge, smudge. I know there's like some artists that recommend like not to use the smudge tool at all for anything. I'm not one of them. I say do what works. And I have found the smudge tool to be quite helpful. Okay, I think that arm is looking all right. Definitely needs a little bit more finagling, but I think it's all right for now. So when I come back, I'll probably work on that leg, add, you know, the same type of contact shadow here, down there. But, me too, Asia. I really don't like stopping my drawing sessions, but you know, it's one of those things. You've made such impressive strides with your digital art and have such a thoughtful attitude. Your deck is looking absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing the process. Thank you, Backyard Naturalist Tarot. That's so kind. Wendy Wonka says, "Oh, it was so relaxing watching you draw. I hope to catch you again." Absolutely. I plan to go live again tomorrow, sometime between like noon and 1 o'clock. If I get all my stuff together, I plan to put the actual time up on my Instagram story. Probably around 8 a.m. or so tomorrow. So if you guys want to come hang out with me again tomorrow, I would love that. Bree says, "It was so lovely being able to watch your process for a few minutes. Looking amazing so far." Thank you, beautiful. So yeah, thank you to everybody who has hung out with me today on both Instagram and YouTube. This has been just me working on a digital painting for a card in progress for my tarot deck, that Afro Drip Tarot, which I hope will be launched on Kickstarter for backing on May 30th. I'm waiting for Kickstarter to, I don't know what this was. This is supposed to be me crossing my fingers, but okay, I don't know why I did air quotes, but I'm hoping that Kickstarter will give me my campaign approval today or tomorrow, and we should be on track for launch on the 30th. But until then, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, leaving me comments, and hopefully we'll get to hang out again tomorrow, and I'll see you guys soon. So, see you later. Bye. Gotta go get my pumpkin lumpkin. Dang, man.